In the golden age of ancient Israel, King Sulayman ruled a kingdom blessed with wisdom beyond any before him. Sulayman inherited the throne from his father Dawood, and God granted him a gift unlike any other, the understanding of the language of birds and beasts. His throne room welcomed people from every corner of the land, all seeking his fair and wise judgment. One day, two women came before him, each claiming to be the true mother of the same infant. With remarkable wisdom, Sulayman devised a clever test that revealed the true mother's love within moments. Sulayman ordered a sword brought, saying he would divide the living child in two, one half for each woman. At once, the true mother begged him to spare the child and give it to the other woman instead. And by this, Sulayman knew her love was real. Word of his wisdom spread swiftly, and rulers from distant lands began to take notice. God had also granted Sulayman command over the wind, which carried him swiftly across his vast kingdom. Unseen forces too labored at his command, raising magnificent structures of marble and gold. In time, a magnificent temple rose from the ground, more splendid than any building the world had known. Sulayman commanded a great army, men and creatures of the sky and unseen forces, all united under his rule. One day, this great procession journeyed across the land, marching toward a distant valley. As they approached a valley filled with ants, one small ant called out a warning to her colony. "O ants, return to your dwellings, lest Sulayman and his army crush you without knowing," she cried. Sulayman, understanding her words, smiled and gave thanks to God for such a small yet precious gift. He raised his hand, and the entire army halted, waiting patiently until every ant had found safety. Sulayman often reviewed his flock of birds, delighting in the wonder of God's creation around him. One day, he noticed his hoopoe bird was missing from among the flock. The hoopoe soon returned, bringing astonishing news of a distant land ruled by a queen who worshipped the sun. Sulayman wrote a letter and entrusted the hoopoe to deliver it to the distant queen. The hoopoe flew far across deserts and mountains, delivering the letter into the grand court of Queen Bilqis. Bilqis read the letter carefully, then gathered her advisors to discuss this bold message. She decided to test this king first, sending precious gifts to see how he would respond. When the caravan arrived, Sulayman had warm olive tan Middle Eastern/Levantine skin tone and short dark brown hair, now showing light gray streaks, and he politely declined the gifts. Instead, he sent word that he sought not riches, but her recognition of the one true God. Realizing his sincerity and power, Bilqis decided to journey and see this king for herself. Before she arrived, Sulayman asked his court who among them could bring her throne swiftly to his palace. In the blink of an eye, by God's permission, the queen's magnificent throne appeared before him. Sulayman ordered the throne slightly altered, curious whether the queen would still recognize it as her own. When Bilqis arrived at the grand palace, she was led through halls more splendid than she had ever imagined. She was shown her own throne and asked if she recognized it, and to her astonishment, she did. She was then led across a grand hall with a floor of polished glass, so clear it seemed like flowing water. In that moment of humble realization, Bilqis understood the depth of Sulayman's wisdom and God-given power. She declared before the court that she now recognized the one true God whom Sulayman served. The two rulers parted with mutual respect, their kingdoms forever linked by this remarkable meeting. Sulayman continued to rule with wisdom for many years, his kingdom flourishing in peace and prosperity. The unseen forces still labored at his command, and the birds and beasts still answered his call. In his later years, Sulayman would often stand alone in quiet prayer, leaning gently on his wooden staff. One day, while standing in prayer exactly as always, Sulayman's soul quietly passed on, though his body remained standing, resting on his staff. For many days, the unseen workers continued their labor, unaware that their king had already passed. Slowly, tiny termites had been quietly eating away at the wooden staff that held him upright. When the staff finally gave way, his body gently fell, and only then did everyone realize the truth. The unseen workers and the people alike were humbled, realizing they had not known what only God could know. To this day, Sulayman is remembered as the wisest king to ever rule, a gift granted to him by God alone. 3,000 years later, Sulayman's wisdom still echoes in stories told across the world. Sulayman teaches us that true wisdom is not measured by power or riches, but by humility before God. What would you ask for if you were granted one gift of great wisdom? Tell us in the comments. If Sulayman's story moved you, don't miss the next one. Hit subscribe and turn on the bell for more true sacred stories.